No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it. I fit the description, I'm the definition. I'm what they prescribe like she seen a physician. She wanna ride cause she seen how we getting it. Big old booty, she my passenger princess. She like to argue, she don't like to listen. She bougie and toxic, she fine and she picky. Pretty and sedity, she get recognition. Matching nails and toes, man, she always French tip 'em. Parking lot pimping when we in the city. Don't ask her about twine, she twerk on the engine. She eat the dick in the car cause it's tennis. She pay me attention like she get commission. Pimpin' CEO, so I give her the business. She ride on the dick like she doing some fitness. She make the dick disappear like she magician. She like to swallow, man, she love when I finish. Having motion, man, you know I got plenty. Bitches choosing cause they know that I'm winning. See some thousands, now I'm after some millions. So all my houses come with chandelier ceilings. Pillow talking, man, that shit just ain't in me. Keep it pimpin', I can't do no pretending. Jealous hearted, man, you know I ain't with it. Cuffin' hoes, I can't do no commit. No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it.
Go, go, go. I told that bitch don't get in my car if it don't come with no neck. I told my niggas I don't like the beef cause that don't come with no check. I told my niggas to mark my word, I guarantee that I'm next. I got the arms of a bodybuilder from the way that I flex. Might just hit the strip just to go blow me a check. They know what the fuck I'm on. They say that they got some of the best gas, they call it Southern Joy. Chain on chain and ice on ice like Adam Sandler, I'm Waterboy. I know I'm all in the head. Bad bitch laying in my bed. Wait till I give her a spread. I'm a master with the head. Don't let these social fool you, these niggas broke, I know that they ain't bought it. Ain't got no car but talking shit. Okay, then little walkie talkie. I told that bitch to come home, I ain't got time for no bitch that's healing. Puff the blunt, she called me daddy, and I'm screaming out no D. I'ma make sure that she come. I'ma fuck her good with my tongue. I know the night is still young, so baby, let's get it in. I know just how she like it tonight. She spicy, she added a friend. They ain't identical, but they fuck alike. So in the bed, I call them twin. I call them twin. Bed, I call them twin. Bitch and shoot a shoot. 1 + 1 that equal 2. What you tryna do? Go back for back, check a swoop for swoop. Either way it go, I'm on. Either way it go, I'm gone. Brody them just got like 100 on them and they tryna get them gone. What you call it, Jet Wet? What's the name? And he put it in his song. Brody them got the purest product, it's pink, you know this shit is strong. No diddy. I'm the type of nigga that turn my bitch up in each city. Brody cut out, we celebrating, we hit the gritty. I'm feeling like a baby, I'm tryna get that milk up out them titties. It's no question who young and the littest. If you want your bitch, then when she talking, hear her.
All right, Chad, I had to bring back the old intro, man. I had to bring back the old intro because it was pulled up. Double tap that screen, shut a live out, man. Y'all know what time it is.
I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. I was moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spent the night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. Temporary feelings mixed with temporary pleasures. All these temporary moments and these temporary treasures. Temporary circumstances to temporary measures. Temporary friends and even temporary schedules. Temporary smiles and temporary goals. Temporary women sliding on temporary poles. Temporary comments and temporary trolls. I just pray that God bless me, ain't no temporary souls. I'm a saint but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spend some night, she pack a bag, right to me just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean.
What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap that screen, shut a live out, man. Y'all locked? Y'all locked? What we doing tonight, chat, man? Surprise pop out live. I'm still on vacation, but we still are the weekenders, man. I'm still on vacation, but we still the weekenders, man. What we doing tonight, chat?
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
That's what I'm talking about. Hold on.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Oh, man.
Welcome to the greatest.
Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? We, they say Karmelo Anthony case has America in the uproar. We got mass shootings in Texas, and we got SpaceX going public today, man. Double tap that screen, shut a live out. I hope everybody had a great week. I hope everybody's gearing up for a great weekend, man. What we doing, Plug Nation? Let's get into the rundown, man. We got Trump announced that he has unalived Nino Guerrero, leader of Trinidad in a South kinetic strike inside of Venezuela. He says, we will find these vicious murderers anytime, any place, and send them to the depths of hell where they belong. God bless America. Man, Trump switches between praise Allah and God bless America a lot. Also, we got Steven Crowder coming through talking about Austin Metcalf's dad calling Karmelo Anthony and other blacks a watermelon felons and the N-word and other things of those sorts. We'll get into that. Trump is talking about Carg Island and how bad he wants Carg Island. Also, I do have that full video, well, clips of that video, Austin Metcalf's dad. Jeff Bezos came out of retirement. They're saying his first CEO role since leaving Amazon, and he's building something nobody expected. It's called Prometheus. They have $12 billion raised and a $41 billion valuation. It's backed by JP Morgan, BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, and Bezos himself. 150 employees, and $41 billion valuation. They said Prometheus isn't building a chatbot. It's what Bezos calls an artificial general engineer, an AI that designs jet engines, optimizes manufacturing, and prototypes physical products. Prometheus is learning from real physical world physics, from the physical world physics, simulations, engineering data, and manufacturing processes. Bezos says something that takes 100 engineers 10 years to build, he wants to make that 10 engineers in 1 year. So how do y'all feel about Jeff Bezos starting another company, man? Do y'all think he'll take that company to the next level? Also, we have Robert W. Malone, R.W. Malone over there on X, R.W. Malone MD over there on X. He says a very active rumor currently with specifics from senior USG employees is that RFK Jr. will be leaving as Secretary of HHS in July after the 4th. The meeting was apparently held last Monday, and they said Dr. Oz is to head the transition team. So RFK is out. I'm going to say it, man. The more of these dominoes that fall around Trump's cabinet, it's like they were brought in here for a specific purpose, and once that purpose has been completed, they're leaving. They're getting out of Dodge. They're covering their ass. They're trying to save face. It's almost like he brought him in here for a specific job, man. Tulsi Gabbard, Pam Bondi, Bongino's out. Who else? Oh, they're saying RFK may be out. This is crazy, chat. Oh, also Cash Patel was coming under fire. We got new UFO files dumps. They're revealing that the CIA destroyed a message from space. How do y'all feel about the CIA destroying the message from space? Was that a smart move or a dumb move for the CIA to destroy the message from space? After the SpaceX IPO, SpaceX is now worth more than Canada. SpaceX is now worth more than Canada. Tulsi Gabbard with an official statement. This is from her Twitter page. It says, "Today I am releasing never before seen intelligence revealing new evidence of past U.S. government funding for more than 120 biolabs in over 30 countries, including Ukraine." She says, in support of President Trump's executive order to end federal funding of dangerous gain of function, research around the world and increase transparency and accountability, ODNI will continue working with partners across the administration to identify where these labs are, what pathogens they contain, and what research is being conducted. We'll play that clip directly from Tulsi Gabbard here in a second. Also, we have some more miscellaneous clips. We'll hear from Karmelo's dad. We'll also hear about the Epstein cover-up. They're saying that this is Trump's Watergate. The New York Times released a stunning report on the Epstein cover-up by the White House. Collusion, breaking the law, evading subpoenas. Trump, the vice president, the DOJ, the FBI, and more colluding to cover up the Epstein release. The U.S. officially becomes the world's largest oil exporter, overtaking Saudi Arabia and Russia. Double tap that screen, shut a live out, chat. We're going to get into the episode, man. I hope everybody's having a great start to their weekend. Hope everybody had a great week. Say what's up to the chat. Say what's up to me. We got to get to 100 likes. We're not going to be here all night, but we finna kick it, chat. Double tap that screen. This is a clip of Andrew Tate. I haven't watched it at all, but the caption is, Sneeko tried to have intercourse with me. He's saying Sneeko tried to have intercourse with him. Hold on, chat. What the hell is going on? Why does Tato do that, bro? Like, Tato, like, you know I go live at this time. Like, what are you... Somebody message Tato in the Discord and tell this... Man. Wow. It's crazy, bro. I gotta get some damn producers or something. Somebody message Tato in the Discord and tell him I'm on live, man. Damn. Tell him I'm at home and I'm on live. Damn. Tato. But yeah, let's get into this Andrew Tate clip. He says Sneeko tried to bang him.
It seems he's got himself exposed and all these revelations are going to come to light. So I'm going to tell you a very factual story. I'm not Gossip Girl. I'm not here to insult anyone. I have no personal vendetta against anybody. I'm not mad at anyone who's ever insulted me. I'm just a guy. And I'm just here to tell the version of the story as I lived it. I'm just here to tell the truth. That's it. I'm just going to tell you some facts. A few years ago, there was a streamer, I think everybody knows who I'm talking about, who was obsessed with me. If I got a girl's number on Fresh and Fit, he tried to do the same thing. Every single thing I did, he copied verbatim. He tried to be me, literally be me. He was obsessed with me. And I thought he'd never tried that. I don't think that's normal. And then he started saying, isn't it normal just to try new things? Don't you think it's normal to be curious? How do you know if you're really gay or not unless you've tried being gay? And then I realized he was coming on to me. And when I realized he was coming on to me, I thought the best thing I can do is just not talk to him anymore. Because I don't like this Gossip Girl stuff. I don't want to be a drama merchant like he is. My brand isn't sitting online and constantly insulting other people like his is. So I thought, let me just cut him off. He's obsessed with me. He's a bit weird. I don't want to ruin the guy's career. Let me just go his own separate way. Since then, he has mentioned me every single day in every single stream he does. Andrew Tate wore a gambling t-shirt. Andrew.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Chad. If somebody's around me and they're like, hey, bro, how do you know you're gay until you tried it? Like that's weird, bro. Like what are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Tate drove a car. Andrew Tate drunk coffee. Andrew Tate this. Andrew Tate that. He is obsessed with me. And if you see the way he talks about me, you can see in his eyes. It's not because he is morally superior private and taking drugs in private, as opposed to me, who keeps my faith private and my internet. He keeps his faith on the internet, and in his private life is completely haram. So we can discuss which one of us is the real Muslim if we want to have that conversation. But I live in an Islamic country. I live in Dubai. He lives in New York. You know, he walks around during Pride Month in New York. Guys, I really didn't want to do this video, but it's all coming to light. I woke up this morning with a few text messages from people who know very well saying, is it true that this person does these things? And I'm like, oh, so this is about to blow up all over the internet. I said a long time ago to Sneeko once on one of my emergency meetings, I said, don't come at me, bro, because I could have ruined your career and I didn't. I am the nicest man. If he had this kind of information on anyone else, he'd post the screenshots, he'd sit there like a little girl, he'd do a full break.
All right, man, that's enough of that, man. I thought that he said Sneeko came on to him. I'm not really trying to hear him just get all in the details. We know what the fuck Sneeko does, but I didn't expect him to say Sneeko tried to come on to him, man. That is kind of crazy, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. Do I got anything else before we get into it? All right, yeah, we're gonna hear from Tulsi Gabbard, and then we'll get into the actual news and the Austin Metcalf and the Karmelo Anthony situation. Let's hear from Tulsi Gabbard.
Intelligence community holdings and files. Today I'm releasing new evidence of long-standing U.S. government funding of more than 120 biolabs in over 30 countries. Now, these biolabs include labs in places like Ukraine, which could be at risk of compromise due to the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war.
Thank you, Lala.
In fact, the intelligence community had previously warned that a U.S.-funded biolab in Ukraine likely housed dangerous pathogens and remained vulnerable to long-standing threats of Russian attack, seizure, or damage. Now, until now, evidence regarding the full existence and funding of these laboratories had been knowingly withheld from you, the American people. Many of these U.S. government-funded biolabs are currently or have previously engaged in research using hazardous and highly contagious pathogens, and in some cases included dangerous gain-of-function research with very little visibility or oversight. Now, President Trump clearly understands the serious threat dangerous gain-of-function research poses to the American people. And this is why he took decisive action over a year ago. On May 25th, 2025, he signed an executive order to end federal funding of gain-of-function research around the world. Here at ODNI, I issued new guidance to the intelligence community directing increased collection on these laboratories and facilities overseas. And we're already seeing the results of this increased collection. We're learning new details, for example, on clinical trials that are underway at these facilities and that are raising significant ethical, financial, and security concerns regarding the supposed public health initiatives and U.S. national security. Now, despite the obvious potential for catastrophic global impact that research on dangerous pathogens in biolabs can have, politicians and so-called health professionals like Dr. Fauci, as well as entities within the Biden administration's national security team, lied repeatedly to the American people about the existence of U.S.-funded and supported biolabs. Not only did they lie, they threatened those who attempted to expose the truth. So this release today breaks new ground, as the information surrounding the existence, history, locations, and funding of these U.S.-funded biolabs has been intentionally covered up by very powerful people who falsely claimed that these biolabs didn't exist.
Just like they say that the cloning facilities don't exist. Just like they say the damn y'all know the facilities what do they call it? It's illegal in the United States where they was cloning babies and making all of that shit. Yeah, all of those scientists went off somewhere. You think the United States got their hands out of that shit? You don't think they're pushing money to somebody to keep the damn mission alive? Crazy as hell.
Now, they accuse anyone who says otherwise to be foreign assets and traitors to America. Now, ODNI will continue working closely with partners across the U.S. government to identify exactly where these labs are and what pathogens they contain to end dangerous gain-of-function research that threatens the health and well-being of the American people and people around the world.
And this is the thing. That's a great question that you ask right there. Who is that? Patriot comes through supporting the channel. It says it's crazy out here, fam. It definitely is crazy out here. Loki asked a great question as well and said, now, why would they admit their existence? So I seen a damn post. I didn't save it because I haven't verified it. I wanted to do my research. But they're saying that these tents are popping up, man. These camps are popping up. I guess they're preparing for them. They can house 10,000 people, and they have bio incinerators there. The paperwork is already filed. The lady was going through the paperwork, and they filed to get some damn bio incinerators over there. So what do they need bio incinerators for? That means they're preparing for mass casualty, allegedly. One of these, I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's FEMA, I don't know who it is, but the lady went through the paperwork. She broke it down. I just hadn't, I didn't do too much research, so I wanted to kind of figure out what the fuck was going on. But she was saying that they got bio incinerators, and they're expecting mass casualties if they have bio incinerators. I'm gonna get y'all's thoughts on that, chat. How do y'all feel about that, man? That shit is crazy. Let's get into we got one more thing to cover before we get into that Austin Metcalf. It's that the New York Times dropped that article on the Epstein files. They said they said JD Vance and them met in the Situation Room to discuss the Epstein files.
Evening, and I am just leaving to go to the congressional baseball game, but I wanted to just put on your radar a truly stunning piece of journalism that came out in the New York Times today about the White House cover-up of the Epstein files. If you have not read this article,
what's up,
go
next?
read this article. This article reveals months of reporting that not only did the White House know that Donald Trump was in the Epstein files, but that they spent months in the Situation Room with his staff, the vice president, the chief of staff, Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, Kash Patel, his communications staff, basically day to day in crisis mode, trying to figure out how to stop the release of the files, how to navigate the public outrage over it, and basically how to break the law. And what is so stunning about this reporting is that it's very clear that the president himself directed his staff to not release the files. It is clear that the president himself was acting.
So let's do a rewind. Remember when they first came out and said there was truckloads of Epstein files, and then they said there wasn't any. Then they came back out and said, oh, they found all of this in the Southern District of New York. Then they said Trump's name had been mentioned over 1,000 times. Then they said they were actively removing Trump's name. So we got a lot of back and forth going on with this. And according to her, the paperwork has came out. I guess the New York Times released it as to where all of this stuff was being handled inside of the Situation Room. I just don't understand how that's going on with the most transparent administration in history. What the fuck is going on in the Situation Room? Just tell it like it is.
Actively engaged in the cover-up. It is clear that the vice president, the attorney general, the deputy attorney general, the head of the FBI, the deputy head of the FBI, the communications staff at the White House, and
see, that's the thing. It's not that Trump brought the files to light. Everybody around him ran on that. Everybody around him ran on that. If we haven't noticed this shit going on by now, you gotta pander to the base. They're pandering to the base, and then they're doing what the fuck they want to do. They knew the Epstein files was big. All of them got confirmed on it. Every fucking body in that cabinet damn near got confirmed on releasing the Epstein files. They pandered to their audience. Same thing when it comes to border security. They pandered to the audience. Same thing when it came to mass they was pandering to the audience, man. It just is what it is.
Slew of others were using the room where presidents discuss war to try to manage and stop compliance with the law and cover up the Epstein files. This is Donald Trump's Watergate. If you have not read this report, go read this report. And you better believe we are going to be calling every single one of them in front of Congress to answer.
Okay, she says she's going to call every single one of them out in front of Congress to answer. All right, chat, double tap that screen, shut her live out. We're going to get into some of the news right here about Carg Island, and then we'll get into that Austin Metcalf here shortly. Everyone double tap that screen, shut her live out. We got to get to 100 likes, man. The likes aren't moving. I hope everybody's having a great weekend, man. How do y'all feel about the Watergate? I see someone said they don't care about the Epstein files. Let's do a check. Do you care about the Epstein files, chat? We'll do it like this. Are the Epstein files important or not important? Put that in the chat. Important or not important for the Epstein files? We do have 3 million pages that have not been released.
Accused Iran state media of spreading fake news after there were leaked supposed details of a U.S.-Iran proposal to end the war. The president called off new strikes on Iran, saying Iran's ready to sign onto a 60-day deal for wider negotiations. A White House official is saying that Iran will have to agree to several terms, including to destroy and remove its nuclear material and dismantle its nuclear program. It gets no money from sanctions relief without full compliance. In fact, just moments ago, the vice president said no money is going to Iran. And it must keep the Strait of Hormuz open and end funding of terror groups. Here's more from President Trump.
Whether money's going to Iran on the books or off the books, Iran's about to get some fucking money. They're about to give out the contracts. Everybody's about to eat except the American people. Who the fuck is calling?
How confident are you that there will be a signing this weekend? Because you have come close to sealing a deal, but at the last minute it has fallen apart. And
it'll be soon, maybe this weekend.
And has the Supreme Leader approved this deal, sir?
I understand the answer is yes.
And when this deal is signed, is the United States going to immediately lift the blockade?
Yes, that's true. That's part of the deal.
And we have new images from Central Command showing the U.S. military enforcing that blockade of Iranian ports. Navy warships, air assets have redirected at least 136 commercial ships and disabled 9 others that did not comply. General Jack Keane on the importance of a deal that keeps Iran in check long term.
We have to be very clear-eyed about what's happening, because what the Iranians say and what they do are two different things. No matter what they sign as a final deal, at some point they will do everything they can to reverse it. That is who they are, and that is predictable. Negotiators know that, so what we have to bake into the deal is to prevent.
Now, ain't nobody from Iran calling me cranky. Ain't nobody. Listen, man, that shit's gonna get sent to voicemail, man. Listen, anybody from the Middle East calling me right about now, hey, your ass sent to the voicemail, man. I'm not trying to be accused of being a foreign asset, taking any money from. Hey, man, your ass is gonna get ignored.
Prevention of their ability to reverse a deal post-Trump presidency.
All right, and real quickly, the vice president on his X page, quote, the Iranians are not receiving any cash and no funds are being released for simply signing a deal or attending a meeting. So that has happened this morning. Lucas Tomlinson, you're with me now with more from the White House. Lucas.
Good morning, Harris. President Trump says he believes Iran is close to signing this memorandum of understanding to begin dismantling its nuclear apparatus. But then hours later, Iran fired 2 drones into the Strait of Hormuz targeting commercial shipping. Both those drones shot down by U.S. forces. And President Trump taking to Truth Social this morning to offer some more information. I'll read it for you, Harris. It says the terms that Iran leaked out to the fake news have nothing to do with the terms that were agreed to in writing. What they said, including their weak and pathetic statement on having a deal, bears no relation to the truth. Very dishonorable people to deal with. With them, there is no such thing as dealing in good faith. Amazing. Also, their totally rebuffed drone attack last night against Indian ships leaving the Hormuz Strait is totally unacceptable. They better get their act together and fast. Now, Iran's foreign minister posting on X saying he thinks his country is close to a deal, saying the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding has never been closer. Pending its finalization, the media should refrain from entering speculation about its content. In line with our responsible and transparent approach, all details will be shared with the public in due course. President Trump also appeared optimistic yesterday, as you heard in the intro.
What's up, Karen?
There's a different level, and I think it's frankly a smarter level, and it's a level that has reason. And they've all approved the deal. Everybody's approved the deal.
So President Trump says everybody's approved the deal. Now, Vice President J.D. Vance taking the X, quote, the deal is structured to ensure that the U.S. and its allies' concerns are prioritized, and that if the Islamic Republic of Iran meets its obligations, then economic benefits will flow to them and to the entire region. This deal has the potential to remake the region and lead to lasting peace. The president is going to get us a good outcome one way or another. And a senior administration official this morning emphasized there will be no money up front to this deal. First, that enriched uranium has to come out of the country and be destroyed.
Man, listen, at this point, I don't think they give a fuck how this shit turned out, man. As long as everything's destroyed, man, as long as they can go in, get their contractors over there and break some damn ground, be able to funnel a little money, we're never going to know where this money came from. They got all kind of black budgets off-site. We got the Board of Peace budget and shit. They said that fund has been emptied. It's like, they're going to get the money one way or another. On the books, off the book, they're going to get the money. And a lot of American contractors are probably going to go over there and break ground. And shit's crazy, bro.
Right. Harris?
Lucas, before
What's
I let
up,
you go, I want
Teflon?
to say thank you. You were with me yesterday during that Pentagon scare as they were trying to figure out a mysterious odor. They got the all clear, and we thank the good Lord for that. You did great reporting, and you answered the call when we really needed you. So thank you.
Thank you, Harris.
Well, in focus now, retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Darren Gobb. He served as a Black Hawk helicopter pilot and a battalion commander. Look, my number one question today is how long do we leave all of our military personnel in that region?
Karen comes through supporting the channel via Super Chat. Thank you, Karen, for always showing up. Thank you, Karen. I hope you had a great week, and I hope you're having a great weekend. Everyone, double tap that screen. We got to get to 100 likes right quick. Double tap that screen and let me know what time it is where you're at, man. What time is it where you guys are?
Through this back and forth and then potential, I guess it's like a longer ceasefire, like a 60-day long ceasefire. This one's been pretty shaky, so they can't go home.
Yeah, Harris, it's a great question, and I've described this as watching like a slow motion car wreck that where you know the inevitable result, what it's going to look like. But it certainly seems to be long and drawn out again. This is how Iran uses their delay tactics, and it's no surprise. I guess if it were me right now, I think I would tell Iran that they have until a specific date and time to sign the deal. And then say all consequences will occur after that. That way they can stop playing this game of, well, it's going to be soon, or it'll be 60 days, or it'll be 30 days. And then just put a hard date and time on it. They've negotiated this in such depth.
What's up, Laurie?
There
What's
shouldn't
up,
be much
Laurie?
left to cover. Now, either do it or don't, and give it a hard date and time to do so.
What makes us think, or anybody think, as I look at this, I certainly don't think this, that if they can't even get through to the point where they pause for an extra 60 days, how can we trust them to do what it takes in the long term?
No, you can't, and that's part of the challenge of having lived there in the Middle East and Central Asia for quite a number of years, as well as my peers in the military who worked in similar jobs and functions over there. You learn very quickly that deception is part of the plan. It's always baked in for them, and that this is really par for the course. I wouldn't trust anything that they say. I wouldn't trust anything they sign. And even if something does get signed, which, fine if they do, hopefully it does and it's effective. But if there isn't a sufficient enforcement and oversight mechanism to make sure that everything is abided by, it's just going to be a piece of paper that will as likely get shredded as get followed.
Look, I understand fully the calculus around their neighbors there don't have the defenses. I know that the UAE from Israel got a Golden Dome support system, but those other countries really can't defend themselves. And we've already seen Iran isn't necessarily just going to come after us. They're going to hit those close-in targets. So that has to be part of this wider calculation. So maybe in the meantime, we can help them build up their defenses in some way. Karg Island is key to this conflict, and it certainly became a focus yesterday. It's Iran's main oil export hub, handling an estimated 90% of its crude exports. And President Trump said yesterday that he would abandon a proposal to seize that strategically important island if Iran were to sign a deal. Here's Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg.
You have to play really hard to bring him to the negotiation table. And President Trump has done that, not only with military force, but when he made the comment today, for example, taking Carg Island, which is their economic hub, he sent a real clear signal. He said, I am going to destroy you if this thing does not get resolved. And we've got to give him great credit for that.
Your reaction?
Yeah, I think Carter Island is clearly a strategic location that is a great point of leverage for us should we choose to take it. Now we have to approach something like that with,
So yeah, Trump put out a statement also regarding Carg Island saying he doesn't think that we could take it, but he doesn't think Americans could stomach it, but it would be great for us. So basically saying we'll lose a lot of soldiers trying to take it, but it would be great economically. I can't believe Trump said some crazy shit. Well, actually I can. What's up, Cypher? Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We'll put it to a live poll. Should the United States of America take Carg Island, in your opinion? Should the U.S. control Carg Island?
great risk analysis and make sure that it is actually something that, one, we can accomplish, two, we can hold, and three, it wouldn't put our people at significant risk by making them occupy a fixed target versus where they are now, which is shipborne and mobile, which makes them a lot harder to hit.
What up, Carlo?
I don't know, maybe this is a negotiating tactic to threaten it, even if there's no necessary plan to follow through with it. But Iran is really collapsing in many ways economically, and that seems to be the best way forward. In fact, that's what caused some of their the riots and protests in the streets back earlier in the year was the economic consequences of their decisions, not necessarily the military price that.
See, that's the thing. You said, am I left or right? I'm plugged. I don't care if you far left, far right, liberal, conservative, Marxist, fascist, alien, NPC. You can get your ass in here and have this conversation. Now, they label me a biblically literal independent. But no, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican, man. But I am from the South. You know what I mean?
The IRGC and their leadership had paid.
You know, it's interesting. I haven't heard anybody say that we couldn't take that island. And what you're saying is, what do we do to calculate the risk? It's war. Good to see you. I'm so glad that you were here to kind of break everything down, and we will continue to cover it as always. Thank you. Be sure to like and subscribe.
All right, double tap that screen, shut a live out. Let's get to 100 likes right quick, chat. Let's get to 100 likes right quick.
Anthony, Kayla, you're cowards. You wouldn't even show up for your son's sentencing or victim statement impact. You abandoned your kid. You left him there. I guess he's no more use to you because you can't get any more GoFundMe money or GoSendGo money. You are grifters. You should be ashamed of yourself. You raised that child. And I swear to God, CPS to come check on those other three that you still have. You never once admitted or took accountability. You tried to play victim. The real victim is the one who died, not the one who shoved a knife in his chest. I come to pray with you.
All right, chat. Hold on. I got the full video right here. Hold on. Where's the full video? Here's the full video. This is Austin Metcalf's dad. He called Charleston White. I think he called Charleston White almost called him a nigger. He called Carmelo Anthony them watermelon felons, called Carmelo's mom a drunk bitch. Yeah, he went off. He went off.
Kayla, you're cowards.
All right, yeah, this is the full video right here.
You wouldn't even show up for your son's sentencing or victim statement impact. You abandoned your kid. You left him there. I guess he's no more use to you because you can't get any more GoFundMe money or GoSendGo money. You are grifters. You should be ashamed of yourself. You raised that child, and
Okay, so I just want to know what they're grifting. I want to know what are the Metcalfs grifting? Not the Metcalfs, but the Anthonys. I'm just trying to figure out, what are they grifting?
Swear to God, CPS to come check on those other three that you still have. You never once admitted or took accountability. You tried to play victim. The real victim is the one who died, not the one who shoved a knife in his chest. I come to pray with you and show the world we can close the gap of this unbelievable racial divide.
Yeah, I looked into the Metcalf lawyer. Now, he used to be a public defender, but he ended up having his own private practice. He said the caseload was too big as a public defender, so he had a private practice. I believe up to like, what was it, 2012 or 2013 maybe, he was a public defender. But no, at the time of this trial, I don't think he was a public defender. Maybe he was working pro bono or something. I don't know, but I don't believe he was a public defender from my research. He started as a public defender.
What'd you do? You widen the gap even further. You hire a convicted, baby-shaking felon who's only in it for the money, who gives you bad advice, kicks me out of a press conference. Oh, funny,
He called her a what?
Felon who's only in it unbelievable racial divide. And
What's up, Michelle?
You widen the gap even further. You hire a convicted, baby-shaking felon who's only in it for the money, who gives you bad advice, kicks me out of a press conference. Oh, funny, I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, but I left when asked. I didn't stab anyone. And then you proceeded to gaslight me with your convicted felon, quote, advocate? Minister? Minister of what? Minister irrelevant? Minister of bullshit? How about Minister fuck you? Y'all think I'm a saint? I'm no saint. I'm as human as you. I have emotions. Just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I don't sin, because I don't walk on water and I don't turn it to wine. And anybody else can, step up. Don't become kicking rocks in my backyard. Look in your own. The display of adults on the internet. If you're
I'm not completely mad at him. I mean, he lost a child. He's upset. Everyone grieves differently. He did say a lot of crazy shit and took it way too fucking far, but it's no telling what I would have said if I lost my son either. I'm just going to be honest. It's no telling what the fuck I would have said if I lost my son. But they have doxed him. He called somebody, I believe, from Louisiana out to meet him in Frisco. And I believe on Facebook, they're doxing Austin Metcalf's dad trying to protest or something outside of their house. I believe they're trying to set up a protest for outside of this guy's house, because they for sure doxed him.
Your children saw how you acted. Would you be proud? Or is that what you teach them? Do you teach them that racism is okay? Do you teach them? Do you program your kids to hate?
Nah, next, this is Austin Metcalf's dad. This is the guy, this is the father of Austin Metcalf, who passed away.
To kill? From day one, I said this was never about race. Please don't make it about race and don't politicize it. And what did you do? You chose both. The race card, black fatigue, it's real. I'm sorry.
Here we go.
You have embarrassed your own culture and race. Don't get me wrong, we got white people that embarrass the shit out of me too. But you guys, you got a patent on that shit. And the only people that's going to change it are you.
I thought they said black people didn't invent anything.
Don't blame the white person, because we can't change it. But you're going to blame the white person for every fucking thing else. I'm going to tell you right now. Charleston White, you think you're funny? We'll see who's laughing. Drew Anthony, you're a pussy and a coward, and you raised one. Kayla, you drunk bitch. What'd you do to that boy to make him stab somebody? My God, what kind of mother are you? Hey, Kevin Hayes, You fucking liar. Day after it happened. How many lies did you sit and type up on your keyboard, you big keyboard warrior? You a big tough man. You still live in Baton Rouge? Remember you said you'd come to Frisco, buddy? You were supposed to find me. I told you we could sit down and talk. That's all you do. Talk, Mr. Squeaky Clean. You're the only one in your family without a damn record.
Karen, what do you mean the boy was not railroaded? 25 years is life. 25 life starts at 25, man. Man, what are you talking about? 35 years not railroaded. Crazy as hell.
I guess that's something to brag about in your culture.
Cause I don't know what y'all thinking. That 17 year shit is over with. And I think if you gotta, I think they giving out 2-year denials right now. That sometimes they give out 2-year denials. So shit, 17 years come, them folks show up at his parole hearing, man, they gonna deny his ass about 3 or 4 times. Shit. What's that? 17 plus another 8? Yeah, 25. They gonna make him walk that 25 at least. Unless he get an appeal.
You people hang your hat on the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you? I hope he enjoyed his first night in that cell last night. Because he's going to have many nights to think about what the fuck he did.
Watermelon Felon.
I forgave him, so I don't carry the hate and the anger. How poetic justice is served. You just do a big softball and knock it out of the park. Thank you for making it so easy for me. So you can live with your lie if you want to, but my truth is forever. Just like the fact your son is a convict and a killer. Forever. Forever is a long time. What's your master plan, Mr. Anthony? To use your son as income and soak up as much money playing victim to line your pockets and then abandon him when he's at sentencing or victim impact? You just left him up there by himself? Amazing. Amazing. What about you, Drew? What kind of father are you? You want to talk about what kind of father? All right, let's talk about what kind of father you are. Let's talk about your arrest. Let's talk about your warrants. Oh, was it drugs? Coke? You did? Tell me some other shit. Let's pull it up. Because I'm welcome every one of you to pull up my criminal history. Someone who tried to make up some bullshit saying I'm a sexual assault person. Guess what? If you're convicted of sexual assault in Texas, you have to register. Please check the registry. Please check my background in criminal history. It's not there.
All right, Chad. So, that was Austin Metcalf's dad. We're going to listen to Steven Crowder talk about it because a lot of people been sending me Steven Crowder's response. I haven't watched it. I wanted to watch it online with y'all. But what I did see today, and you said, do I think 35 years is too much?
There was no black jury.
In this situation, yeah, I think 35 years is too much. You said play the full clip. I can't find the full clip. The longest clip I could find was that 6-minute and 45-second clip. If you can find a longer clip, let me know. But yeah, they found the knife. When they found the knife, it wasn't fully open. So they found the knife and it wasn't fully open. So I'm trying to figure out how the knife wasn't locked. Did he not get the knife all the way open when he stabbed him? Because that's a different situation. Now, if the knife wasn't all the way open when he stabbed him, I don't know anybody who stabs people with the knife not all the way open. I just don't. And now I'm looking at it right here. It says, Frisco police officer Jacob Shaws testified. During the trial, Officer Shaws, a school resource officer who responded to the scene, testified that he recovered the folded knife from the bleachers a few rows up from the stabbing location. He described it as not fully open or partially open when he found it with blood on it. Prosecutors showed photos of the knife in the state and a replica in a similar partially open position. The knife had a liner lock mechanism and could be opened with the thumb flick. It was found after Anthony allegedly pulled it from his backpack, stabbed Austin Metcalf once in the chest, discarded it, and fled. Some witnesses describe Anthony reaching into his bag, warning others, touch me and see what happens, and then stabbing. One witness reportedly noted it must have already been opened due to speed, but it wasn't found fully open. So one witness testified that the knife had to already be open on how quick it happened. But that kind of contradicts how the knife was found.
You know why? Because you can't be unbiased, you dumb shits. If you answer the question, I can't send a black man to jail because he's black, you're not getting on the jury. You're so unintelligent, you can't even fill out a form correctly. You don't even know who your fucking daddy is because 78% of you don't have your father in the home anymore.
Austin Metcalf, Karmelo Anthony. Like I said, hey, what's angered you the most about this story? Comment below. Now, you're going to see a lot of this on social media. And I want you to remember, master manipulators, people who are the best at avoiding accountability, here's what they do is they push, they flick, they find your buttons, they prod, they attack, and they hope that you react so that they can now move the entire conversation to center around your reaction. That's what they're trying to do with Austin Metcalf's dad. That's what the Karmelo Anthony supporters are trying to do. They're trying to tell you, see, obviously Austin was the bully because he was raised by a dad who's been racist all along. We will disabuse you of that. Here is the clip that people are showing out of context. Then we'll show you the longer clip, and then we'll show you how it started versus how it's going.
Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral.
I'm going to be honest. I do think Austin Metcalf's dad is racist, has been racist, but I don't think that has, anything to do with the situation right now. Now, the reactions, the fallout and shit, like, we can talk about it, but I mean, shit. Yeah, I think he was right. I mean, listen to him. Watermelon filling, you don't just pull that shit out your ass, man. You don't just pull no shit like that out your ass. I'm just going to be honest with you.
I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you?
Now, here is the whole clip in context so you understand what he was saying.
You people hang your hat on the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello.
There you go.
Because he was such a...
See, when I say racist, y'all think that I mean everybody, it's an extreme. You have different levels of racism. Y'all act like y'all haven't have heard of extreme racism before. Like, I'm not saying he's an extreme racist. Like, shit, I don't know the man. But I'm just saying, when you pull some shit out the bag like watermelon felon, you're talking about black fatigue, you're hitting all of the talking points. You're hitting all of the talking points. So maybe you're a covert racist. Maybe you're a laid-back racist. Maybe when you bring the beers out around your work buddies, you might drop a hard ER or two. That doesn't mean you're going to go out and drag somebody down the road with your truck, but you're still a racist. Right.
This little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you? I hope he enjoyed his first night in that cell last night, because he's going to have many nights to think about what the f*** he did.
Now, that comes from a 3-hour video that he's answering questions and specifically addressing Karmelo Anthony's parents. Mm-hmm. He said, he leaned on it, he said, oh, since you want to make it about, okay, let me make one that'll go viral. He was making a point.
See, I'm not saying that the boy was racist. I never once have said the Metcalfs were racist. I never once have said Karmelo Anthony was racist. Only reason I even brought up that the dad was racist is because of the term watermelon felon and all of the talking points. Like, shit, fuck. If he's racist, he's racist. It's after the fact now. Shit's after the fact. Hell, it is what it is. I'm from the fucking South. I know overt racism when I see it. I know covert racism. Like, come on now. Y'all know, don't do this shit tonight. Don't do this shit tonight. Because some of y'all don't say the hard ER until you get around certain friends. Some of y'all is all good and dandy, but once them beers come out, that bonfire get lit, you might drop a hard ER or two around the right people, man. Let cut it out.
You can disagree with the way he made the point. I don't. He's trying to say no matter what occurs, everything else will be ignored except for this one phrase that shouldn't matter. Let me give it to you. And then sure enough, that's all that's clipped. That's all that was clipped. Because people go, there you go. He was a racist all along.
Well, you're going to call him racist. We've said this before. Like, you say he's just racist. It's fine. I guess I'm going to own it. If I'm going to have the moniker, you're just going to say it, then fine. I don't even care at this point.
Also, it turns out, to be fair, full disclosure, he's a major shareholder in Wicked Cool Toys, and they are about to launch their new line of watermelon patch kids.
Yes, I seen the interview. See, here y'all go. Y'all can't come in here telling me what the fuck you bet I didn't see. We just played the clip. Your ass need to rewind. Yeah, we heard him say he didn't want it to be racist to the attorney and everything, and he went and made it racist and made it something else. It was racist in another. Yeah, I seen the shit. Yes. And what I'm telling you is if you fucking listen, that it's not about that. It's about the terms, the watermelon feeling, the black fatigue. Those are talking points. Those are things that breed the racism. Like, oh shit, he might be one of those. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he lost his son. I understand that. He has a right to be mad. Yes, I do believe at the beginning of this, he probably did tell them, hey, let's not make this racist. But when the fucking gloves are off, the gloves are off. You think did this watermelon felon shit just he's freestyling and shit just came to his head? When we know the history of watermelon, why watermelon? Why watermelon? Yes. It doesn't matter in the case of Karmelo and his son. No, I'm not saying that that's the forefront of it, that it fucking matters for this situation. But we not going to sit here and act like shit. This shit not going on. Come on now. Yeah, y'all talking about play the other side. Yeah, it's some black racists too. I never said it wasn't. I done called out some black nationalists on this show. Like, damn, nigga, you saying a little too much. Like, you're talking a little too crazy, nigga. Yeah, when people call in wanting to call y'all crackers and shit, people call in the other shows calling black people niggers and shit. I don't allow that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, chill the fuck out. Chill out.
Put some distance between you and them, Mr. Metcalf, but now it's time for Then and Now. So they want you to think Austin was raised by a man who says watermelon felons, oh my God, therefore they must have been bullying Karmelo Anthony. Now keep in mind, it was a very short deliberation by not an all-white jury, despite what you have been told.
Right.
And it was pretty cut and dry. And they could have given manslaughter, and they didn't because of the evidence that was presented. So there's just no way to argue it at this point.
See, this is the thing with me, being from the South. A lot of y'all try to sugarcoat this shit and make this shit cute, but I got to get in here and keep it fucking real with y'all. Yes, I know race is a real thing. People deal with racism, prejudice, injustices, and all of that, right? I understand all of that. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is that, you know what? I ain't even gonna do it because I was finna get the cussing and getting all out of character. That's what y'all want me to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all want me to do. That's what y'all want me to do. So I'm not gonna do it. All right. Race is a real thing. In the way that we're talking about it. For purposes of this conversation, race is a real thing. Societal differences are real. I am from the South. Right? Shit doesn't bother me as much as it bothers other people because I've dealt with it my whole life. I've seen it my whole life. I've had friends that I knew in school that had to pick and choose. I wasn't allowed at their house. They could only play at my house when they were at their mom's house and shit. Like, I've dealt with this shit on both sides. I've seen black nationalists too, you know, pulling up and shit. Might have my friend there. We go to another friend's house and parents come outside like, oh, who's this white boy at the house? Maybe they didn't kick him out or nothing, but they made it a fact. Like, hey, they pointed out that it's a white boy at the house. Who is this white boy? Yeah, I've seen it on both sides. But what we're not going to do is sit here and act like the shit's not going on. Shit's going on. That's the calmest way I can put it, because y'all want to get me out of character. I'm not finna do that shit tonight.
But they're grasping at straws. And let's go back to then. And we actually were critical of Mr. Metcalf because we thought he was about to be, we said he's about to be blindsided.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to be colorblind and he really thought that he could have a conversation with the professional race baiters. This is then.
You had mentioned a few times that you had forgiven the suspect for what he did.
I do.
But we just informed you about these documents and
that doesn't change anything.
Okay.
This has to do with me and God. God teaches us in the Bible. He talks about forgiveness. He also talks about revenge. Not for me to seek. God will take care of it. Karma, I believe in it. It's very unfortunate that this other child decided to make a bad choice that's going to affect him for the rest of his life. I have compassion for every human being. This is not, I want to make this very clear. This is not a race issue. This is not a black and white issue. I don't want someone stepping up on a soapbox trying to politicize this. I don't appreciate some of the remarks I've seen online that people say there was this fight and they don't know. They weren't there. I know the truth.
That's how it started. By the way, I realize who he looks like. It's Jack Klompus from Seinfeld. He's a dead ringer. We all know your son can't afford a Cadillac.
Have you seen Jerry's act?
We've seen Jerry's act. He does. He looks like Klompus. But so when people now point, and you'll see, I mean largely black people, those activists, not all.
I believe Amber dropped the videotape in the Discord. Amber, didn't you drop the videotape in the Discord? Somebody said release the video so we can all see it. I can't play it here because YouTube guidelines, I'll get shadow banned playing anything to do with violence and underage. I'll get shadow. I'm not playing that shit here. But I think Amber might have dropped it in the Discord. So join the Discord if you want to see the video. Join the Discord. Mods, drop the Discord for everybody. And it's also posted on my community tab wall.
Just 70-something%. They will point to the watermelon felon thing and say, see, but he held those beliefs all along. That was him faking it. Okay, let's assume that's true. I don't believe it, but let's assume it's true for the sake of argument.
I think Amber dropped the video of the unaliving. I think Amber dropped the video of the stabbing. Didn't you, Amber? Is that the video you're saying you put in Discord of the actual incident?
How about we apply the same standard to you, considering all the shit that you, specifically the family, have said and done throughout this trial to reveal who you truly are, which is also why I think this guy is fed up.
Accountability.
Number one was the all-white jury.
It wasn't an all-white jury.
Everyone actually lied on the stand.
Everyone, but us.
All of the witnesses' statements were inconsistent. All of them.
If you looked at the news, all that shit was already convicted. If you look at it, it was already done. It was no innocent until proven guilty. He was already guilty.
Liars! You crazy racist! Y'all done became my family too. Y'all brought us.
So if we're going to apply, the pre-built racism in your DeLorean, I'll apply the pre-built victim excuse, always blaming racism. So you taught your son that if anything ever happens, it's just bias, racist, prejudice, and that's why he acted like an asshole. And he's doing hopefully the rest of his life in jail. I'll apply the same standard. Or, most likely, he was genuine. He thought he could reason with you people, meaning the family specifically. Then you acted that way, and he said, you know what? Since I can't actually hope for peace, I can't actually hope for reconciliation, now we're just at the intersect of hoping to find justice and truth. I think that's more likely.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if everything happened, he stabbed Austin and took off running after he stabbed him. How did the knife get folded? Was the knife never open? So this goes back to the first degree versus the manslaughter. If the knife was never all the way open, it's kind of like, you know, it's crazy. Or was the knife open? Did somebody close it? Did Karmelo close it? Like, I don't know. People testified. I just looked it up. An officer testified, the school resource officer testified that he found the knife in a folded position. It wasn't locked. It wasn't locked all the way out. So another witness testified that the blade already had to be open because he pulled it so quick. There was no way he flicked it all the way out. So I don't know.
They never want to apply the standard to themselves. That brings us to now. His attitude toward the family has drastically changed, and rightfully so. And keep in mind when he says you in this video, in case people try and take it out of context, he is specifically addressing the parents. It's a 3-hour video or stream that he uploaded. We went through all of it, and a lot of this hasn't made its way to social media. Here you go.
From day one.
Why does that matter? Is intent to kill? Is the intent. Why does it matter? Is the intent. So with the felony murder, you got to intend to do serious harm or serious injury. You got to intend to unalive them or intend to do serious bodily injury, and they're unalived in the process. If he never got the knife all the way flicked out, you know, how do we know he wasn't trying to defend himself? I mean, not defend himself, but just scare him off. You know, people do shit like this, just like pump faking with a gun. A lot of people have guns on them and they just show the gun. They really don't want to use the gun. They might fuck around and use it if they absolutely have to, but it's kind of like pump faking. What if maybe he was pump faking? I don't know. I have to go watch the video. Y'all are saying there's a lot of AI videos out. I don't know about the video Amber dropped. I haven't watched it yet. I'll watch it here in a minute.
One, I said this was never about race. Please don't make it about race and don't politicize it. And what did you do? You chose both. The race card, black fatigue, it's real. I'm sorry. You have embarrassed.
No, I got the officer's statement right here. The knife does have a lock system. That knife does lock.
Your own culture and race. Don't get me wrong, we got a lot of people that embarrass the shit out of me too. But you guys, you got a patent on that shit. And the only people that's going to change it are you. Don't blame the white person because we can't change it. But you're going to blame the white person for every fucking thing else. We're the bad ones. We're the one that held you down. Guess what? You can do everything in America that I can do. Tell me one thing you can't do that I can't do.
And the fact that people in the black community, the black activist community, are outraged tells me they don't understand that once upon a time, the most likely scenario would be this man requiring the restraining from authorities because he would be killing the family of the boy who murdered his son, as they gleefully blame white people. You understand that, right? That would have been the case. This man isn't going out and committing violence. He's speaking truth. You may not like what he's saying. You may even disagree with it. It is observably true. And he did this in a 3-hour interview with, by the way, Sarah Fields. You can go. We have the link in the description. I highly recommend watching it in its full context. Here he is also calling out Karmelo Anthony's parents for failing him in life. The Anthonys go racist. He actually names how they've failed young men.
Drew Anthony, Kayla, you're cowards. You wouldn't even show up for your son's sentencing or victim statement impact. You abandoned your kid. You left him there. I guess he's no more use to you because you can't get any more GoFundMe money.
Now they saying, y'all, I see what y'all are saying in the chat, so I'm gonna ask y'all this. Do y'all think Karmelo Anthony intentionally wanted to unalive Austin Metcalf? Not hurt him, but unalive him. Do you think he wanted to unalive Austin Metcalf? Just unalive. Yes or no? Everyone hit the like button. We got to get the likes up in here. I don't know what y'all are doing. Get the likes up. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Discord if you want to see the video. I cannot play the video on YouTube. But the video leading up to the incident, Amber dropped it in the Discord.
Or go send Go money. You are grifters. You should be ashamed of yourself. You raised that child, and I swear to God, CPS to come check on those other 3 that you still have. Nice. You tried to play victim. The real victim is the one who died, not the one who shoved a knife.
Paul gonna say yes, no, like. Paul, you know what, man? Don't even worry about it. No comment either then, because you shouldn't have told me you wasn't gonna like this motherfucker. No like, no comment for your ass, Paul. How about that? The fuck wrong with these people?
In his chest. I come to pray with you and show the world we can close the gap of this unbelievable racial divide. And what'd you do? You widen the gap even further. You hire a convicted baby-shaking felon who's only in it for the money.
Fact check true.
Who gives you bad advice, kicks me out of a press conference. Oh, funny. I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, but I left. When asked, I didn't stab anyone.
Fact check true.
And then you proceeded to gaslight me with your convicted felon, quote, advocate? Minister? Minister of what? Minister irrelevant?
All right, chat. So we're going to do this. What's up, Kiffy? I ain't seen you in a minute. I hope everything's going well in your life, man. I hope everything's good for you, Kiffy. I'm going to ask y'all this. So now that Karmelo Anthony has been sentenced to 35 years, how many years should Chud the Builder get? How many years should Chud the Builder get? If Karmelo Anthony just got 35, how many years should Chud the Builder get?
Minister of bullshit? How about Minister fuck you?
And here's the thing that really bothers me, too, is you have some of these sewing circle Protestant Christians. I'm a Protestant. Go like, well, he doesn't need the language. Fuck you.
That's right.
Fuck you, his son got killed.
You have to punctuate that. That is necessary sometimes.
Do you realize if someone killed my son, my daughter in Colba, I'm just letting you know, I would be a supernova of hate. No one will be able to get.
So Chud was the streamer that was going around calling everybody the hard ER, saying black people are chimping out. He was riding through black neighborhoods and just messing with black people under the guise of freedom of speech. He was messing with black people under the guise of freedom of speech, giving homeless people burgers and saying, hey, can I say nigger? You know, and if I can say nigger, you can get this burger and, you know, things like that. That's what he was doing. So he got every time people, he would call you the hard ER. And if you tried to, you know, fight him or get mad at him, he'd flash his gun. He kept a gun on him. He'd always flash his gun or tell people he got something in the truck for him. So an altercation happened where he ended up shooting a black guy who was, I believe he was, wasn't he a veteran? I believe he was a veteran, and I believe he was the father of like 2 or 3 kids. And Chud unalived him outside of the courthouse. Unalived him outside of the courthouse. After he tweeted prior to that, maybe a week or 2 weeks before that, he put out a tweet and said, I can tell y'all how this ends. Chimp dead and riots when I walk free or something. Chimp dead and riots when I walk free. And the judge brought that up in court that he had tweeted that. Nah, y'all say he alive? Oh shit. Who the fuck said I'm dumb as fuck? OB, we gonna get your ass up out of here too. Since I'm dumb as fuck, you don't need to listen to no dumbasses, do you, OB? We're going to get you the fuck up out of here for 24 hours. Maybe tomorrow you can come back.
Get close to me, they would destroy themselves. They would self-destruct coming into my atmosphere of anger and hate and internalized and potentially externalized, if not by the grace of God. And I mean that violence, intense violence. He used a bad word. You think the Crusaders ever said something naughty? You pussies. His son was murdered. This is why we lose. You said a bad word. His son was killed. And anyone goes, well, I agree, but I'll give it, but he still could have done it, and they won't share it. A lot of them, they won't share it. They won't support him.
That's ridiculous.
Because even though we know how a lot of these people live in secret, right? They speak Christianese in church, and they go home and they watch HBO and Netflix, but they can't share a grieving father who's speaking truth to power because he says the word fuck.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it being milder.
Okay, they said Chud shot him 6 times and he lived. Okay, so no, the shooting has nothing to do with the stabbing. They're 2 totally separate cases. Y'all are telling me that the guy didn't pass away. I thought he passed away. I guess because he got shot 6 times. But they're saying that he lived. So that's looking like that's gonna be an ag assault, maybe attempted. Minimum, that's gonna be an ag assault outside of the courthouse. Be surprised if the feds don't pick it up outside the courthouse.
If your son was murdered. And you know what? He was milder. Until you pushed him too far.
Yep.
Slavery, entitlement of the black community. You wanted an angry father? You got an angry father.
Oh, you've got more melanin than me. Ooh, so you get more privileges, more entitlement? Because 400 years ago, someone actually sold you.
And this is where I disagree with the Metcalf guy, man. Like, don't frame it like that. Like, come on, bro. Like, let's be fucking real here, bro. There's people in this chat right now, right here, right now, white and black, that went through integration. I don't want to hear that shit. There are people in this chat room right now, raise your hand right now, that went through integration. You don't even got to be that old. Anybody 70 and older in the chat room right now went through integration. So let's not act like this shit was just peaches and cream. This shit was so long ago, man. Anybody 70 and under went through integration. Really 68, really fucking 62, 63 and under probably went through integration.
To us, and
Black
we took
people.
you over here and put you to work. And then we had a civil war.
What do you mean, no, they didn't? My pops went through integration. I'm from Arkansas. This the Little Rock 9 happened here. Like, I can go right now to the fucking school that was the all-black junior high right now. When my pops was in junior high is when they integrated. Like, shit, I'm going to have to get them on video to tell y'all, like, I know of quite a few people that went through integration.
To free your ass.
And
now you want to talk shit. Oh, I've been so oppressed. You couldn't even vote. 1960.
And if you want to be real, I'm going to be all the way honest with you. Right now, the schools of where I'm at are still segregated damn near. Now, you have a school, the main district school, that's where the mixed, the blacks and the whites go to school together. Everything outside of that shit is all white. And they're going to make sure it's all white. Like, when a black person goes to the school, like, it's a big fucking deal. Like, it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. Straight up. I'm just going to be honest. This is Arkansas, though. It's
Look how far you've come.
It's different everywhere. But I can tell you, 2 of those towns are sundown towns. Right outside. You got a district right here where it's black and whites go together. You go 15 minutes down the road this way, it's a fucking sundown town. Ain't no niggas going to that school. You go 15 minutes the other way, it's a sundown town. Ain't no niggas going to that school either. Now, does that mean everybody's out there just racist, extreme racist? No, they're not. I know some people from over there, some good people, but they will tell you like, hey, this ain't the place to fuck around.
Look at all the free shit we give you. You're not oppressed. You're fucking entitled. You know what DEI stands for? Yeah. Means I don't have to be fucking qualified. I just have to be a certain color or race or gender. Whose broad-ass idea was that?
See, that's the thing. You said it's the same way white people don't want to go to Palm Bluff. I don't want to go to Palm Bluff. I'm just being honest. What are you going to Palm Bluff for? Like, see, that's the difference. Like, you got to have a reason to go, but go to Palm Bluff and do what? The Palm Bluff has nothing recreational. The Palm Bluff has, like, what are we going to Palm Bluff for? Little Rock is just as bad as Palm Bluff. I'm going to be honest with you. Little Rock is just as bad as Palm Bluff, but I can name some reasons to go to Little Rock. I can't name one reason to go to Palm Bluff. Shout out to Palm Bluff, but I just can't name a reason that I would need to be in Palm Bluff. For what? Ain't shit going on in Palm Bluff.
And then this one matters. First off, people are lying saying it was an all-white jury. That's not true.
No.
What they mean to say is there weren't people who look exactly like me, black people, which is funny because they act as though, very often, I mean they, black people, they act as though they are the only minority that matters.
Yeah.
Like with affirmative actions, like screw Asians when it comes to work, screw Hispanics who are willing to work hard, you know, legal immigrants, by the way, otherwise I get it. The same thing here. They act as though none of these other minorities count on a jury. White people don't do that. We don't go, yeah, but he's not a redhead. Yeah, but he's not Irish. Yeah, but he's not Italian. Yeah, but he's not German. Yeah, but he's not Polish. Yeah, but he's not Hungarian.
But y'all will say, yeah, he is Jewish. So let's do that. Y'all will say, yeah, he's Jewish. See Steven Crowder framed this really, really good. And he said, we won't say he's Polish. We won't no, because people will let you know where they're from. People are going to tell you where they're from. You're not going to have to say where you're from here or there. They're going to tell you. Hey, I'm from German descent. I'm Australian. My family grew up in this village in Italy and shit like that. Yeah, but they gonna make sure they gonna tell you they not Jewish or they are Jewish. Let's not do this shit today, Steven Crowder. Let's not do this shit.
We don't do that.
Yes, you do.
Say that our specific lineage, ethnicity, race is the one that matters. We don't do it. Only black Americans do it when dealing with the justice system. And here is the dad of the hour discussing exactly why there were no black jurors at the not all white trial.
Oh, there was no black jurors. You know why? Because you can't be unbiased, you dumb shits. If you answer the question, I can't send a black man to jail because he's black, you're not getting on the jury. You're so unintelligent, you can't even fill out a form correctly. You don't even know who your fucking daddy is because 78% of you don't have your father in the home anymore. You got baby mamas running around with 8 kids so they can get EBT cards to feed you all. You think I'm being racist? No, I'm being real. Because they ain't only black people. White people do the same shit. I'll call them out just as hard as I'll call you out. Anybody who doesn't work, who wants free government handouts, who wants to live in a socialistic society, move to fucking Russia.
Not the best reference, but the point remains.
Be respectful of this country. We have many people who have fought and died for this country so you can run your mouth. Thank a veteran. They're the ones who lay their ass on the line for you.
Yeah, everything you just said there, by the way, is observably true. Some people will dispute the numbers because there's fatherless households and there's households without fathers in the home. But it's anywhere from 63 to 70-something%. The contrast, the comparison is what matters because it's 2 to 3 times the number of fatherless households in the
Man, listen to Matt the Visionary talking about reporter for false information. Listen, Matt, I hope when you get a girlfriend, she cheats on you. How about that? I hope when the next girlfriend you get, she cheats on you. You're going to get him the fuck up out of here, man. He's a snitch.
In the white community or in the Asian community, Hispanic is somewhere in the middle. Nowhere else is it anywhere near
not even close.
The levels of the black community.
87% in Detroit.
Yeah, and you can't say that's because of melanin.
But he makes a great point, though. Their community is hurting them.
Yes.
In the future, when this occurs, they'll have the same problem of not being able to assemble black jurors because of all this bathing and racism and victimhood. And you made the point the other day.
Hey, Tommy, are you his fucking plus one, Tommy? I promise you, nigga, you might want to sit the fuck down somewhere, Tommy. All that co-signing and shit to get you put the fuck out too, Tommy.
Yesterday's show or the show before, the revolution has to take place with their
Within the black
families,
community.
their moms, their fathers,
Yeah.
their community, and they've got to be able to stand in and take the, Uncle Tom and the turncoat and all the stuff they're gonna. That has to happen internally. They got to fix it.
Yeah. You know what they need? They need a really jacked, badass black guy who's calling them on their shit, who can also kick their ass. Yeah. Because that's the language they'll go, Uncle Tom. Then you someone goes, Uncle Tom, what'd you call me? Who will literally beat them at their own game, which is the people who say.
Oh, chat. We got to get to the light goal. Double tap that screen, shut a live out, man. We kicking shit in here tonight. We gonna have a good conversation. We gonna finish the rest of this video and get into some more of this shit. Double tap that screen, share the live out. How do y'all feel, man? Was Karmelo Anthony's sentence harsh or just? Was Karmelo Anthony's sentencing harsh or was it just? Let me know.
Say this, the people who control the societal narrative of this community. For any more proof, watch black content, black multimedia content. Go to World Star Hip Hop or look at any recently successful hip hop album. Yes, it's a violent culture. They need someone who fights back against it.
See, there we go. Then here you go. You saying half of all black babies are unalived in the womb. Man, you act like white women ain't popping Plan Bs and shit, man. Cut it the fuck out. Cut it the fuck out, man. The way I seen them marching and shit after Roe v. Wade was overturned, man, cut it the fuck out, man. They Plan B in this shit, man, night and day. I don't want to hear that shit, man.
And is better at it to show them the right way.
Well, the guy with the Bristol board with the White Lives Matter on it, that guy had a swinging set. I mean, he was out there, and he had photos on the board of all the.
By the way, what he's saying is true. Black jurors consistently show in-group preferences when determining guilt. However, Mission Control pulled that clip. The lady was on the OJ jury. She said, I would wager 80, 90 something % of us knew OJ was guilty, but the black people, we weren't going to put another black man in jail. That's what she said.
Yeah. There was a poll that I saw around that time, and I can't remember who showed it to me. I'll try to give him credit if I see it. Timothy, I can't remember his last name right now. It was like 73% of people said that OJ, even if he killed them, should go free. Right. 73% of black people that were polled. Yeah. And it's like, well, if that's what we believe, then
Bro, come on. Where did y'all poll these niggas from, man? That matters too, man. Where did y'all poll these niggas from? See, now they saying 73% of black people that were polled. Now, mind you, they probably polled like 100 niggas, bro, in the hood. They probably polled 100 niggas in the hood, man. Come on, bro. Like, what was the sample size? Where were y'all at? Who conducted this study, man? Like, come on.
What are we even arguing about here at this point? About words? Really? That doesn't seem to be the problem.
Right.
It seems to be that you can just kill somebody because they're white.
Yeah.
It's a big issue.
And that is unique to the black community. I mean, I don't.
Now, here goes Saucy C saying the ones that raised you. The ones that raised who? The ones that raised who? Hey, tread lightly in this bitch, Saucy T, talking about Mama and Papa Plug, man. Tread lightly when you speaking on Mama and Papa Plug in this motherfucker, man.
You don't see it the same way in the Asian community. If you're a criminal, they will. They might have some in-group preference. Every group aside from white people does.
Have you noticed how they tried to cast their net wider when they say things like black and brown community? Only a decade or two ago, those people were fighting just.
Oh, they still try and separate.
And now they try to. We're all together against the white man.
Yeah, right. We're all together against white man, except Asians. Step back. Let us get your seat at Brown. Yeah. Let us get your seat at Harvard.
Yeah, let's handicap you.
Also, by the way, I hate to nitpick, but the reference like go to Russia. Well, here's the funny thing about Russia just skipped the whole feel-good socialism and went straight to gulag communism. So if you don't want to work, that doesn't really happen in Russia because they don't have enough people.
See, I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. My parents weren't on that shit. Like, I'm going to be all the way honest. My parents were excellent parents, man. Excellent parents, I just kind of went outside. I was exposed to a lot earlier. But my parents, man, they didn't play that shit. Like, I couldn't cuss in front. I don't think I cursed in front of my parents until I was like 26, bro. Like 27. Like, yeah, I wasn't doing any of that shit, bro. Like, my parents didn't play that. My pops was, damn sergeant first class. Like, I couldn't leave the house. If it was a piece of paper on the floor in my room, nigga, pick that piece of paper up before you think about going outside. Like, I used to have to wash the dishes in the crib. I used to have to clean out the sink and hang the damn rag a certain type of way. I was cutting grass and shit, adding me on. My parents didn't play that shit. I'm just gonna be all the way honest. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. But my dad was kind of like the neighborhood dad. All of my friends that didn't have dads and shit, like shit, he checked their ass too. Like straight up. I don't know. My parents didn't play that shit.
People to make communism work. He could have just referred to like Europe or Scandinavian
It would
countries.
have worked.
Yeah,
Canada.
Send you to France or something.
You go there. Because in Russia, it's like, oh, wait, you thought communism was drum circle hippie?
No.
We already killed the homosexuals because they don't reproduce. You will go work for free in Gulag.
You said I'm complaining about chores. No, I'm telling you that I had fucking chores. That's the difference. I wasn't one of those kids that just got to run the fuck around. Parents didn't know where the hell they was at and what was going. I wasn't one of those kids, man. It's gonna be honest with you. I wasn't one of those kids, man. My parents would listen. I knew I was getting my ass whooped, man. So I used to weigh the risk reward. That was the kind of parents I knew I was finna get my ass whooped. It was no doubt in my mind. There was no doubt in my. I knew I was finna get my ass whooped, man. Wrong place, wrong time, ass whooped. They step out on the porch, yell my name. I'm not around, ass whooped. Street lights come on, ass whooped. All until I got to a certain age. Now, once I got a certain age, it was like shit. I was a certain age, but up until that point, man, ass whooped. It was over with.
He tried to extend grace, tried to take the high road.
Yeah.
And you people, meaning the family of Karmelo Anthony, meaning the people who have supported Karmelo Anthony, you people, am I clear, are fucking animals. And so this guy is fed up, and you should take the grace that he's given you because he still isn't being that bad. You deserve a whole lot worse. His son was stabbed in the chest. He's not coming back. And here's the thing, they didn't just say, hey, Karmelo was a kid who made some bad decisions. They said, the Metcalf twins were bullies. They were bullies. They was in a gang. They was jumping him. You've now tried to make this man's son out to be a criminal. So you can defend your son from accusations of being a criminal, even though he is, but this father can't be mad when in your defense you tried to vilify his son? The only difference here is one is truthful and one isn't. Mm-hmm. You, family, black activists, race baiters, are always wrong. And let me people to make communism work. He could have just referred to like Europe or Scandinavia and Gulag. He tried to extend grace, tried to take the high road.
Yeah.
And you people, meaning the family of Karmelo Anthony, meaning the people who have supported Karmelo Anthony, you people, am I clear, are fucking animals. And so this guy is fed up, and you should take the grace that he's given you because he still isn't being that bad. You deserve a whole lot worse. His son was stabbed in the chest. He's not coming back. And here's the thing, they didn't just say, hey, Karmelo was a kid who made some bad decisions. They said, the Metcalf twins were bullies. They were bullies. They was in a gang. They was jumping him. You've now tried to make this man's son out to be a criminal. So you can defend your son from accusations of being a criminal, even though he is, but this father can't be mad when in your defense you tried to vilify his son? The only difference here is one is truthful and one isn't. Mm-hmm. You, family, black activists, race baiters, are always wrong.
Bro, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, I had to play the clip again because I just don't think Steven Crowder's the one to be talking about race bait. Like, isn't that his fucking content? Like the black fatigue thing. Going in the barbershops, challenging, like, isn't that his thing? Like, is it he the one to talk about race bait? Like Steven Crowder. Like, you. I don't know, Steven Crowder. I don't know, bro.
And let me separate the rest of you black people watching. Let me ask you, do you think they know they're always wrong? Do you think these professional race baiters know that they're always wrong and don't care?
I think the barbershop proved that.
I'm just being honest. Like, right now, Steven Crowder is projecting, bro. Like, saying professional race baiters, like, nigga, your content is all race bait damn near. With a little bit of, current events in between. Steven Crowder's content, Canadian guy, is race baiting with a little bit of fucking current events sprinkled in. a professional race bait. Like, you're projecting, nigga. Like, you got 6 million subscribers, damn near. Whatever many you got.
I think you're meeting there.
That was my turning moment.
They can't get past it. They're not capable. It's
when I said, hey, if I could show you footage of Donald Trump saying, I'm not saying white supremacists and neo-Nazis who should be condemned totally. They say, well, I don't know. I've never seen it. I said, but if I could show you. Well, that doesn't change that move goalposts here.
Right, yeah.
And I still, nice guys, and I would talk to them. But as far as trying to convince them in the way that I would.
Michael Thomas, see, I see you down in the chat. You keep trying to get me to sway my content. Like, I have my show curated. Like, I see you're begging me to play this, play that. Listen, I haven't played none of that shit. I haven't played Jake Lang, what the fuck he did to get the $1 million bond and shit. I haven't even spoke on it. I haven't played any of the black people going crazy. That's just not what I do. That type of shit gets my channel shadow banned. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Just watch the show. Chill.
With the change,
that's why I'm playing this. That's why I played the dad's response. I didn't play any of that shit out where they was arguing and doing. I didn't play that. I'm playing Steven Crowder because someone sent me Steven Crowder and it was curated in the show. All of the arguing and yelling and shit out there, yeah, that shit's gonna get me shadow banned.
Or people who I viewed as reasonable. That ship has sailed. That ship has sailed because it's like, oh, it doesn't matter anyway.
No. You said you need like a strong male figure. I mean, think back. Do you remember the movie Boys in the Hood?
Mm-hmm.
I think.
And this the thing though, chat. When I'm shadow banned, don't none of y'all fuck with me. If y'all not in the Discord, every time I'm shadow banned, it's like 3 of y'all that's not in the Discord that fuck with me. Like when I'm shadow banned, it's like 30 people in here. Like when I'm bad shadow banned. When I'm shadow banned, it's like probably 150 people in here. When I'm bad shadow banned, bro, it's like 30 people in here, bro. It's like 30 people in here, man. Y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all not gonna come pull up. Y'all not gonna go search and see if Plug live. No. Y'all just gonna move on to the next streamer. So asking me to shadow ban or fuck up my channel is kind of crazy when y'all ain't show up regardless.
The lead father character in that movie basically was that role.
Now here goes Thomas Will saying, not even educated enough to know what you're trying to say. Well, Thomas, we need to get you the fuck up out of here. If I'm not educated enough for you, then you don't need to listen to me. There's a million other channels out here, man. I'm just glad y'all chose this one.
He was that role, encouraging like, hey, fight to get out of this. They knew what they had come from and they wanted something better. And that seemed to be taking hold in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like that was happening because there was a culture of accountability. Everybody was just accountable for what they did. It didn't matter if you're black or white or Hispanic. It doesn't matter. You're accountable for your actions. Something changed. And I know Barack Obama absolutely did not help anything. But there is no culture of accountability at all anymore. Like, that's really the base of what you're getting out of all of this. We are the oppressed, and so all of our actions are justified, including the killing of white people by O.J. Simpson. And that was in the 90s, so we still had pockets of it.
Yeah.
But it just seems like it doesn't matter what I do.
I'll tell you exactly what it is.
If you go back a couple of decades before that, we're really lucky it's not swinging back to Death Wish 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, no,
and this guy go full Paul Kersey when an entire country said, yeah, I'm behind that guy. Look what they did to his family.
Right.
And a country for 4 sequels said, yeah, go get him.
Right.
And we're getting close to that.
Yep.
And they're cheering this guy on. They're lucky he doesn't.
That is a good point Amber made. Political opinions did used to be private conversation. I've seen a lot of families splitting over politics, especially over this last election. Yeah, I've seen a lot of families split, especially in the black community. The black community really doesn't split over politics, but this time around, it was fucking crazy. It was fucking crazy.
Snap like that character.
Yeah. This is how you get vigilante.
We go live every single night at 10 p.m. Garcia, but right now I'm on vacation. I told the chat that I was gonna be taking a 2-week vacation, but I just couldn't stay away. So I've been popping on, here and there because I just, I just gotta get on live. I fuck with y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I was supposed to be on a 2-week vacation.
Yeah. This is how you get vigilant. I'll tell you exactly what it is. 90s, yeah. We may have just sort of achieved peak human civilization in the 90s and early aughts. By that, I mean technology had crested, but it was a tool to serve humanity rather than supersede it. I mean that racial tensions, sure, you had gun control and Columbine, stuff like that. But as far as the polarization, as far as we felt like these relics of the past, we've moved past it. Both conservative and Democrat, relatively. I mean, for crying out loud, they're saying Bill Clinton's the first black president. Do you have any idea the outrage that would take place right now? He would have to recuse himself. Like they were like, look, he's on Arsenio Hall playing the saxophone. In other words, we were able to all get along, but there's still professional race baiters. Here's the thing. If that continued, you have to imagine the hundreds of billions of dollars that would evaporate as an industry. I'm not just saying Al Sharpton. I'm not just saying Jesse Jackson. I'm not just saying the Malcolm X acolytes who are still around. I'm not just saying the SPLC. I'm not just saying the entire Democrat Party that needs to run on grievance politics. I'm not just saying BET. I'm not just saying hip-hop albums. I'm not just saying Black Lives Matter. All of this. I'm not just saying every group that we know and maybe don't know, including the SPLC, but I know that there are others, Hate Watch, insert whatever here, to determine YouTube's guidelines and social media. But altogether, it's a multi-billion-dollar racket, tens of billions of dollars. Over time, I guarantee you trillions of dollars. I'm not just saying, how about this one, the Federal Department of Education and SNAP, EBT, Medicaid. I'm not just saying those. But all of this is designed. Hey, if everything goes away, you go, you know what? Hey, good. Let's do away with racism. We're on even footing. Well, guess what? Medicaid rules change. Baby mama checks change.
Yep.
SNAP EBT changes. Guess what? The kind of content that sells on all these black networks and social media sub-communities, you want to really lose your hope, go to Black X or Black TikTok sometime soon and see the racism on display. It all goes away. All these nonprofits identifying hate groups and being, their sole reason for being to fight racism. Hey, if it doesn't exist, what do you do with it? And they realized it was slipping through their grasp. I mean this. These people had a vested interest, politically, culturally, financially. They went, at some point, to simplify this, at some point in the 90s, few people got a sheet of paper and went, oh my God, there's a problem. They had a meeting. They said, the most recognizable faces on earth as of right now, and the most popular, meaning beloved Americans, are Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, and Michael Jackson. And then that changed to Will Smith.
Tiger Woods.
At one point, Morgan Freeman was voted most liked Hollywood. So they go, these are most beloved by Americans and the most recognizable faces on earth. They're all black Americans. Guys, we're not going to get any of that hate group funding anymore. Hey, guys, how are we going to actually make sure that black people know they're still on the plantation to get them to vote for us? We got to drum something up. That's not an exaggeration. Holy shit, the most.
So he's saying that this is the blacks' fault. So let me pull Steven Crowder back to reality. See, all of this shit ramped up wasn't with the blacks. It was with the Latino community. Remember, it was shut the border down. We're going to shut the border down and we're doing mass deportations. Guess what? Everybody was fucking mad because who didn't say nothing? Niggas. Niggas didn't say nothing. Niggas sat that one out. Everybody was mad. The whole race conversation was going on. It was between the Latino community and the white community with ICE and defund ICE and shit like that, right? Now that this Karmelo situation is coming back to trial, it's some different shit. But let's be honest. When this administration took over, it was the Latino community that y'all was going at. The race shit started there with the mass deportations. This go around.
Most recognized and beloved.
You don't gotta think I'm right, Shot. I don't need a cosign, nigga. I get up here for 2 years, man, doing this shit every night, and probably gonna do it for 10 more. I don't need a cosign from you, nigga.
Loved faces on earth and in America. Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, Mike Jackson at one point in time. Swap that out for Will Smith afterward. What do you do with that, professional race baiters? There's nothing. So you have to destroy it.
Well, I think Jesse Jackson throttled Obama at one point. Do you guys remember that?
He wanted to rip his nuts off.
That's right. And you remember the campaign, we're who we've been waiting for. It's time. That was the Obama thing. basically saying, come on, do you think you can vote for a black man? And we
6 strings in this bitch like he got some authority or something, talking about nobody answering me. Okay, shit, okay, 6 string, shit. Nobody fucking know you in here 6 strings, man. What do you mean nobody? How entitled are you, nigga? What? Who the fuck manages this, man? Who brought 6 strings in here, man? Who knows 6 strings in here, man?
We did. And we got no credit for it.
Right.
And people said, okay, let's vote another term. Got no credit for it. It got worse. I think they wanted Obama to bring it back to victimhood. Make sure, don't let this get away from us. Don't, now that we've elected a black president, don't let that heal anything.
Right.
Let it get worse. You've got to use it to leverage again.
Of course,
it's too bad.
Of course it did.
Objectively
Any
worse.
criticism
Yes.
was they said it's a dog whistle for racism.
Exactly, yeah.
Bill Maher's the
they
worst
couldn't
offender.
let that get away from him.
Bill Maher, here's why I don't like Bill Maher. And any of you sharing his shit, by the way, he's ripped off jokes verbatim from this show, and I mean word for word, a day late and a dollar short. Bill Maher has never apologized. Bill Maher has never apologized for saying, I think when anyone, okay, people, when anyone says socialist, they really want to say the N-word. When he said that the Tea Party is racist, Bill Maher was the worst offender. Back then, while they had a platform that was relevant, Bill Maher said that critics of Barack Obama were racist. Half of the country was there were a bunch of dumb, racist rednecks, the clinging to Bible, to your religion and guns. That was Bill Maher, and he's never apologized for it. He acts like, where did all this woke come from? Do you take responsibility for your part? Because it was a big one. It's the same reason I didn't make it through the screener on your show. I get it. I don't have the intellectual capacity of S.E. Cup.
She hit the wall.
Or Tommy Lahren or anything, right? In other words, if you're going by intellect or
That's some
popularity,
heft.
right? I have big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
That must be the reason that I've been kept away from you all this time. But you, remember that? You were the one who said, it's a dog. Like we had a secret decoder pen. We meant to say the N-word, but really we said, no, the biggest spending bill of all time. We have a problem with that. You said, it's just because he's black. You went on other people's shows. You were an activist about it, and now you want to go, I don't know why people are woke. You were the first one.
That's really amazing. Everything said in this show, we're accountable for. Like, references available, right? You talk about it. And we know in the fullness of time that all the stuff we've been docked, censored, demonetized, struck.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he gotten into something else. All right, chat. That's enough of that, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. You said the failure of government. I got a couple people talking about this Karmelo situation, but everybody's kind of giving their opinions on it. If y'all want to see the video leading up to it, Amber dropped it in the Discord. I'm going to read some comments, man. I'm going to take some comments right quick. Don't believe me. Go to any city that borders Detroit. 6 strings. Why you typing in all caps, bro? Thank you, Roger. Why you typing in all caps? I'm finna open the phone lines. Fuck it. We're gonna open the phone lines for this one for a second. Let me see. Let me see if I can get us to the phone line. All right, we got the phone line. All right, we got the phone number dropped, man. We're gonna take like 1 or 2 calls, then we're gonna get up out of here, man. We're gonna take like 1 or 2 calls. Oh, you said play both sides of the reactions? Oh shit. I could have played somebody talking about it. I thought you was talking about play like outside of the trial when Jake Lang and those people were getting into it when they was yelling and shit. Oh, I could have played somebody like a Tariq Nasheed. Like we could hear Tariq Nasheed or somebody else talk about it. Who else? I believe Roland Martin and all them probably talked about it. But yeah, we could have watched somebody else talk about it. We got the phone lines open though. If anybody wants to call in, man. Oh shit, Stein called me. I think that's Stein number. That was the other day though. Nobody wants to call in. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. I don't think he had a. I think Tariq is just on the audio. I don't think he was on camera when he was speaking about it. Let me see. I know he said he called Stephen A. Smith a coon. He said Stephen A. Smith was a coon. But calling Mick saying Karmelo got what he deserved. He called Stephen A. coon. Let's see. Somebody is getting active in the Discord. Nobody wants to call in. That's crazy. Yeah, nah, he ain't on camera for none of this shit. And it's kind of long. It's long as hell. Do I think Karmelo should have testified? Yeah. I definitely think he should have testified. But I don't know. Maybe it's best he didn't testify if he's trying to get the appeal. Thank you, Najee. I can't believe no one wants to call in. Nobody want to talk about this shit. Y'all don't want to touch this one. It's all right. Y'all ain't got to. We finna get up out of here. Excuse me. We finna get up out of here. Steven said he calling.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
Damn, whoever that was hung up. Somebody called and didn't give a name and hung up. Oh, Steven said it was ringing. Why you hang up, Steven? I didn't hear Charleston White took back the $75K for the appeal. If Charleston White took back the $75K for the appeal, he was never gonna do it to begin with. He just said it to get in the algorithm. That's the kind of person Charleston White is. He know how to run. If he said it and took it back, he was never gonna do it to begin with. Oh, it was probably because he thought he was gonna get the first interview. That's what it was. It was supposed to be Charleston when he said he was gonna get a 75,000. He said that he was gonna get the first interview with Karmelo, the Anthony family, and they was gonna do it on Say Cheese. So he was probably expecting to monetize that. And now that the family's been doing interviews with, a couple of different networks, he probably just didn't see the value in it anymore. He probably just didn't see the value in it anymore. That's crazy. Hold on, chat. Nobody. Steven, you gonna call back in or what, man? Steven, you gonna call back in or what? Nah, he got 35 years. See, the 17 is the earliest he could get out, but they not finna let him out in 17. Everybody gonna show up to his parole hearing. He gonna get a denial. He gonna get another denial. He probably gonna get another denial. He'll probably get denied, like, depending on if they're doing 1 or 2 year denials. If they doing 1 year denials, he'll probably get denied like 5, 6 times. If they doing 2 year denials, he'll get denied like at least 3, 4 times. So that's after the 17. So he'll probably pull a 25 minimum. He'll probably pull a 25. Yeah, he'll probably pull a 25. What you mean it keep kicking you off? Somebody tearing that Discord up. Man. Who the hell is that? Oh.
Bro. Like,
Hey, y'all
plug!
live. Y'all
Plug,
live
you
right
still
now.
live? If so,
Yeah.
I gotta dip.
Yeah, we live.
Oh, I'm dead.
All right, I can leave.
No way.
I thought y'all was talking about what we talked about, but I can leave. Y'all can kick it. I'm just hanging out
No,
here.
no, no. No. Wait, I know you talking about the.
Ain't
We
nobody.
stopped watching this Karmelo Anthony thing.
All right, hold on. I got somebody calling in. I'll be back.
Call from
Steven.
What's going on, Steven?
What's up, brother? How's it going?
Oh, man, I'm doing well. You got the floor.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, so my big thing is, why are we making it about race, man?
It's kind of the media narrative is it's about race right now. From the beginning, I never really looked at it like race. I looked at it like the guys, young kids, ego, pride, testosterone, but it quickly became a race issue, and now that race has been involved, too much has kind of been said to take race out of it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I hate that the boy ruined his life, you know what I mean? And I hate that the other kid lost his life, you know what I mean? They're both young men, you know what I mean? What's up, brother?
No, we got you. You still here. We listening.
Okay. I just hate that everybody's making it about race, man. Yeah. Because it's not about race, especially in today's society, man. I mean, all those old people that are about that are died off, you know? And all we're doing is just praising it, you know? I just hate to see that. 'Cause, I mean, I fought for everybody. Purple, green, blue, brown.
No, most definitely. Like I said, in the beginning, I just looked at it as, just boys, doing too much. Something went a little overboard. Like I said, when you're in a situation and some shit's going on, you don't know how it's gonna end. It can only go one or two ways, good or bad. But after the situation happened, the race factor did kind of come in. Like even when they were got the GoFundMe. From the moment the GoFundMe went up, it was a race situation from that point on.
Yeah. I really and truly, I think everybody's looking at it wrong, man. It's not race. It's rich or poor, man. That's what it's always about. It's rich or poor. How do the rich get richer and how do the poor stay poor? That's how they control us, you know? I just hate that this is the piggyback on the media right now, you know? This is what all the rich people are making their money off of. You know?
Correct. Yeah, it's they were a lot of I'm not even I hate to use the word people, but a lot of we'll say political commentators, a lot of movements are pushing for civil war in America, and this fits right into their bill along with getting clicks and views and along with kind of pushing narrative. See, because they put it under the free speech guys. Both sides do it, but it's kind of like, oh, if I can't be racist, then you're against free speech, and that's where we're at with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand it.
And it's really all based around, and it's kind of crazy, but the N word is one of the I won't say it's the deciding factor. I'll say it's probably the biggest contributing factor. The use of the N word, and who's allowed to use it, why someone's not allowed to use it. I'll say that that's probably one of the largest contributing factors in today's media.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should use it. I mean, but I wasn't called it, you know. Whenever all that was going on, my ancestors, I don't know, maybe they were called it. See, I'm Irish. We were indentured servants at one time too, but I mean, I don't think anybody should use words like that to put people down. But I mean, how can you justify violence over a word, though? You know, I mean, I've been called a lot of words. I personally don't like being called a cracker. I really don't like it because I don't like my family name associated with anything with slavery because, you know, we weren't those white people. We were the white people being put down. You know, and I think both sides need to lighten up on the stigmatism on both views. Because I mean, it's pushing some people into those views. I feel like, especially the younger generation, they know nothing of that. They didn't come from anything of that. So how are they choosing to be this way? I mean, everything from the time I was little until, you know, well, and still,
we also got a big
everything's
pushback.
inclusive. We all work together, and any bit of you know, that Southern stigmatism that was with me whenever I was become 18, it was wiped away with the military. I mean, I have some of my closest friends that
I'll say this
a couple
too.
of them I don't know them.
I'll
You
say
know,
this too.
it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna say this point, and then I'm gonna give you the floor. And we're gonna wrap the show up. But what I will say is that it became an issue, a bigger issue, and people, everything. It was kind of everything was normal, everything was lax. But when they, you know, done away with DEI, and not only done away with DEI, they started doing the mass firings, and they started removing historical facts, you know, like they moved the 4-star general. They moved his picture from where it was to somewhere else. I mean, it's still hanging up, but it's somewhere else, and they cited the reason of moving it is for DEI. Like, why does DEI matter? This man served, you know, he's a 4-star general for a reason. So
Exactly, yeah.
I will say that it's being pushed, and it's kind of being pushed from, you know, DC as well. Not even kinda, it is
Yeah.
being pushed in DC.
So the DEI thing, I'm completely against that because I don't care where a person originates from or the race or the color or any of that, as long as they're good at their job. You know, that's really what should matter.
Correct. But
Yeah.
see, with the DEI from the black community, see, in theory, that's, you know, you would be like, okay, all right, maybe I could get behind that. Like, may the best man win, like straight up. But when you start removing things, and when you start, you know, trying to erase history, that's where it becomes a problem.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
absolutely. I mean, we have to learn from our history. It shouldn't be altered.
it wasn't like they just
suit
said, oh, DEI is over, we're gonna, you know, hire this way moving forward. They actually did mass firings. They actually tried to erase history. They, you know, fired a 4-star general.
Yeah. I don't know about the 4-star general thing. I haven't looked into it too much.
Or maybe he was a
But
3-star.
with
Excuse me.
with the military, I mean, the DEI can't exist. I know personally from whenever I was in 2008, 2011. So you do have your minorities that get better cutting scores. I know in the military, in the Marine Corps it was. So, and then you have your women that get better cutting scores because there's not as many of them as they are compared to the majority, which is Caucasian. All right. Now, a lot of people used to say, "Oh, that's wrong," and this and that, but it's not because that's the part of inclusion. You know what I mean? So, with the military, man, it's nothing to do with race. I mean, whenever I was in, it wasn't. Maybe in your bigger branches, but in the Marine Corps, we were all Marines. and you shouldn't have been. And it left from that whenever I was getting out, we were losing our traditions and our core values, you know. And I mean, the military is what brought me closer to different people, you know. I really don't agree with the DEI. It's forced, you know. Then it gives a requirement for so many people to be in so many things based on their race or their color, and not on their job skills, you know. And I think instead of doing a DEI placement, you could actually, you know, support the community, not one race, but the less fortunate, the people who don't have the money. You know, I have no problem with that. Get rid of this homelessness. Stop worrying about letting other people in, and let's handle us first as Americans. You know, not as Asian Americans or Chinese Americans, but as Americans, men and women that were born here and bleed red, white, and blue. We need to bring that back. That's what we need. Or else we're going to lose our government because we're all divided and we're not paying attention to the real problem. And the problem is they're slowly taking away the power. Well, I mean, right now our voting structure, our word isn't valued. No matter if we're white, black, or anything, you know, it doesn't matter who you are. We're not valued, and we're allowing that to happen, paying too much attention to the created violence, the created assassination attempts, and the muddy waters.
No, most definitely, man. We finna get up out of here, though. I appreciate you for calling in and stating your opinion, and thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Man.
I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Thank you for showing up, man. I hope you give us a call again once sometime.
Yes, sir. You have a great night.
You as
Good
well.
morning. Yeah.
Man, nah, that was a great caller. That was a great caller. But yeah, chat, we finna get up out of here, man. It's been a long night. I did a pop-up live, man, during vacation. We're still on vacation. We might be back tomorrow, but we are still on vacation. Thank you, Cowboy. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button on your way out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Good night, chat. Oh, and we're the Weekenders. We are still the Weekenders.